that are taking all 8 periods and eating during a class and with 17 of our almost 1,700 students, so 1%.
And they are bringing their lunches with them. Does that work also for kids who aren't bringing lunches but to depend on it from school?
Yes. The students that are on free and reduced lunch, we have a takeout program where they can actually pick up their lunch in between, let's say, periods 4 and 5. They can swing by and they've already got lunch already pre-made for them, ready to go.
Do you fear that they lose that socializing time?
They still have especially the social time on Wednesdays and Thursdays because they still have a common lunch there. So 2 days a week, they still have that. But Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, that's one of their options is not to have a lunch, possibly with their friends.
And how do teachers feel about students eating in class?
The only exception that we have really when it comes to eating in class is science, and that's obviously for reasons. We don't want food to be on tables that have chemicals on them. So that's really the only area that we don't allow food to be eaten. And typically a lot of our students that have an 8-period day where they go straight through will pick a class where they're in a classroom, let's say, because they're not going to eat in PE, is a good example. They're going to walk around. Yeah, that would make sense. Or band, because they're playing an instrument. You can't stuff food in your face while you're playing an instrument. So for the most part, the middle periods in there, they're sitting at a desk in a history class or math class or English class where they can actually grab some nourishment there.
We spoke with Diane Pratt-Hevner with the School Nutrition Association.
Certainly we want to encourage kids to have plenty of time in the school day to be able to not only get a meal but sit down and consume it.
And 99% of our kids do. They have a scheduled lunch. 1% have decided to opt out of that.
Do you think it's the right choice for them?
For some of the students, especially the ones that are taking all 8 periods, most of them are music students, so they have multiple music classes, and that's really kind of their call. I would rather that they have a lunch, but for the 17 students that have elected to take all 8 periods, the extra class outweighed that particular option.
That is Mark Eversole, principal at Fort Collins High School, which has given kids the option to eat their lunches in class on some days. And we'll take a break, then hear how growing up in Colorado's Four Corners region shaped writer Amanda Ray. This is Colorado Matters from CPR News.
You're listening to Colorado Public Radio. Another day of warm temperatures. Fall becomes